going!
It's going!
Yay!
Hey.
Welcome everybody.
Hello!
We're doing our Facebook Live tonight.
On Tuesday night,
Yeah.
March 12th.
Is it March 12th?
Yes.
It's totally March 12th.
Yeah, pretty
Sweet.
rad, huh?
Yeah.
So, my name is Miriam, and this is Chris.
Hi.
In case you're new here
Yeah.
at Keto Chow. He spends a few minutes sharing with all the places while I try not to say something dumb.
It's
which is
true.
what I usually do. So let's see, how did my day go? We were super busy trying to catch up on stuff because Chris and I just barely went to 2 different conferences, and Holly and Steve came with us. They work for us and they're our friends. Anyway, we went to the Carnivore conference, Boulder Carnivore conference, and we went to Low Carb Denver, and they were so fun. It was so nice to catch up with a bunch of keto family. Hey Carla, and hi Laurie. How are you guys? So yeah, that was our day, trying to play catch up. We were trying to swim. Swim through emails and all kinds of stuff, because when we were at the conference we were just working the booth the whole time and hanging out with people, and we'd get home late and get up way early. So
Oh my gosh.
it was so much sleep lost.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. It was kind of nuts.
It was fun though. So I'm super glad we went. We got to see our friends.
Got to see Brenda, who just
Brenda,
joined.
what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, a child.
Dropping something off. I finished my book.
Okay.
I want more now.
You drove home to drive your book
No,
home?
Christy's. I just.
Oh, my daughter just drove home
Christy,
to drop
we're
off
going
a book.
to the Bennett's.
Okay, have fun.
Bye.
They're home. Well,
Yeah,
now she's gone.
She's home and then gone.
Jiggity jig.
Yeah. She's 17, and while we were in Denver, her and her sister Haley went on dates to prom. So I was
Yeah.
super sad that I didn't get to do their hair and makeup. It was a sad day for me. My little heart was broken. But alas, they were still beautiful and they had a lovely time, and we caught up last night. They showed us all the pictures, and yeah.
We showed them all of our pictures.
We showed them all of our pictures. Hey, there's some legs.
Yeah, highlights.
Hi legs. Is that Sammy? Do you want to poke your head and say hi real quick? Just put your chin there. Say hi.
Hi.
Tell them how awesome your mom is that she cut your hair last night.
Yeah.
I don't think they can hear your words. Well, you tell them what you did today. Did you do anything cool today? No, he's just shrank away.
Ran away.
Well, that's okay. He's gonna crawl away. We'll see him crawl
I'm
away in a
actually
second.
crab walking away.
Oh yes. Well, you know what he did do? He mopped the floor. And so now that he's sitting on it right now, he can see that it's cleaner when it's mopped. Huh, Sammy?
It's true.
Yeah. Hey, Tasha.
I'm almost done.
Chris is almost done. We can talk about some stuff. Let's see what else happened today. Oh, I gotta see a cute girl came into the office who used to babysit for us when our kids were babies, and she was like a baby. She started babysitting at 10.
Yeah.
We used to take our kids, our twins, over to her house Friday night, and her and her mom would babysit for free so we could go on a date for like ever. They did that. It was like the best ever. We needed it when we had our little babies, so it was really nice. So she came and brought her baby and showed me her baby because she's an adult.
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
Lots of babies. Hi, Linda. So let's see. Are you ready yet?
Almost.
Okay, almost ready.
Yep.
To share all the things to all the people. We met some way cool people at Low Carb Denver. One of the ladies we met, Tracy Kimberly, pretty sure that's her name, from Australia, and her daughter
Yes.
Ashley. Cool people. Ashley has type 1, and she has been using a ketogenic diet to help her control her blood glucose. And she has to have insulin because she's type 1, but the amount of insulin that she has to have is way lower than if she was eating pizza and cake and all those things. So anyway, it's really cool to meet them and kind of hear Ashley's story, and just hear how Ashley's mom, wakes up in the night and gives her a glucose tablet because she's too low, and just all these different things that
she's got a Dexcom 5 on the back.
Yeah. Oh, and it was so cute. She had this bunny that was like holding it on. It was like a cute little bunny. So cute. Or in where they live, they call them bunny rabbits,
Okay.
which is awesome.
By the way, Brenda says I used your electrolyte drops
Oh,
extensively
in Colorado. You know, it was awesome. We used them too.
A lot.
We opened like 3 bottles because we were just so exhausted and.
Yeah, on the Sunday, the last day of the conference,
Yeah,
so I
we
had
did
one of the
awesome.
little pocket flasks that I refilled. I burned through half of it before noon.
Yeah.
Because I was dehydrated and I had a headache, so yeah.
Yeah, we used them a lot because it's just crazy because you're not used to standing all day and going to class all day and just eating weird food or fasting.
Yeah,
So
or might as well be fasting.
yeah, we wish we were fasting. Fasting is really great. Yeah. Oh, Sharon, yeah, you need to get some of those drops, girl, because
Yeah.
those are good. And hi, Jessica. She had baby bunny rabbits today. Did you eat them?
No, I think they were born.
Oh, sorry.
And Brenda says she invited Tracy, Kimberly, and Ash to the Zorn Ranch party in 2020. Getting to the Zorn Ranch was interesting.
It was cool, actually.
I'm really glad that we had 4-wheel drive
Yeah.
because we took the wrong turn, ended up in a mud puddle. I switched it into 4 and we got out.
Yeah, I felt bad we didn't get help, so that was kind of sad.
But Ken and Nisha,
Mm-hmm.
they took an Uber. It was a Prius.
Oh, wow.
Very nearly did not make it there. It was pretty funny. So,
They said that the Uber driver thought they were taking him out there for another reason because they're like
Yeah.
driving out to a field. He's like, I'm glad you didn't kill me.
Tasha says she needs to try the electrolyte drops too.
Oh, yeah, Tasha, order some. That'd be
Yep.
good.
In news about that, today Miriam got information we're going to start carrying really big bottles.
Because it
So-
makes sense because we use them so much. And the little tiny ones, they're great for your purse and your backpack, but
Yeah.
you go through them, especially with the fasting drops because you have to use a lot of
You
the
basically
fasting
have
drops.
to use one,
Yeah.
maybe 1.5
one and a
of
little
the,
bit of the little bottles.
yeah, per day.
Yeah.
And
But
so,
you can still put salt in with it. So you could do like a keto drink and put a whole thing in there or half and then the salt and whatever flavor or whatever you want. And then do that a couple times a day and be okay. But you don't have to do it all at one time.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a lot for your daily dose of sodium.
I don't know. I think Brenda Zorn told us that we're supposed to take a giant thing of salt and eat it all at the same time.
All at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Let's see. Okay, so.
Oh, Laurie said she blesses the fasting drops a ton too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're super helpful. And they're going to make our summer better
Yes.
this summer.
Because we didn't have
So
them.
we had fasting drops last summer, but we didn't have the electrolyte drops.
Or rather, we had the electrolyte drops. We didn't have the fasting drops.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Because we changed
Yeah.
what used to be electrolyte
Yeah, we
fasting
did.
drops.
Yeah, that's right. We did use them last year.
Yeah.
this summer.
Well, it was all in an effort to confuse everyone. So.
Yeah, we like to confuse people.
Okay, so.
Oh, Tasha just said she's never heard of fasting drops. So tell us what they are real
Oh, okay. So, we have 3 different
quick.
electrolyte supplements. So we have,
Jinx, you're it.
I know, we've got electrolyte drops, which is a balanced blend of sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Just kind of for general hydration and ketogenic diet, just keeping your electrolytes up. If you add them to water in the recommended dosage, you don't even really taste them. It's just very slightly salty. If you put them in the way that I put them in, which is 3 to 4 times as much as it tells you to,
It
then
tastes
it's
salty.
pretty salty.
Yeah.
So,
But one thing about them is they don't have flavor or sweetener in it. Excuse me. They don't have flavor or sweetener. So it's just solution and water.
yeah. Anyway, so that's the electrolyte drops. Then we also have the magnesium drops, which are it's almost entirely magnesium chloride. So it's super bioavailable. It's already dissolved in water. You don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to be like, absorbed or not. And
Jennifer.
it's really high
Hi,
quality, all that sort of stuff. And that was, Miriam wanted magnesium. So we got magnesium drops.
It's been amazing since I got those. I have always had a hard time falling asleep at night, and so I'll just lay there for an hour or 2 or 3 and just wish I could fall asleep. I can sleep in the morning just fine. Like I can't, when I get up, I do not want to get up, but I can't fall asleep at night, and having the magnesium really helps a lot.
I need to start taking it more.
So you can fall asleep?
Yeah.
Because your brain won't turn off?
Yep, got too much stuff going on.
Hey, I got a letter from Rob Wolf today, because, I'm on his mailing list.
Okay.
One of those
Not a
newsletters.
personalized, okay, I'm like...
I got a real letter from But he said that he and his wife made a rule not to talk about business before bed. And I'm like, oh, that's a good rule.
Yeah, but that's when I get so much stuff done.
I know.
Okay, then the last one, and this, Carla, answers your question. We talked to Megan Ramos several months ago about the electrolyte supplements that we have, and she said, yeah, this is great, but we can't give this to our patients because it has too much potassium in it. And people who have kidney disease or problems with their kidneys, whatever, they need to restrict the amount of potassium that they're using. And so we said, well, if you could design an electrolyte supplement for long-term fasting for your kidney patients, what would it have in it? And she told us. And so we made it. And that's what it is. Tomorrow, if I can get around to it, we actually interviewed Megan while we were at the Low Carb Denver conference.
She's been so awesome to us.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. So anyway, that would probably be the one that you would want if you have kidney issues and you need to restrict potassium, or if you're doing a long-term fast. So electrolyte supplements, general hydration, and just
Every
keto.
day.
Magnesium drops when you need magnesium for if you've got cramps or
Leg cramps, headaches,
problems sleeping,
constipation.
Yep.
Lots of things that helps with.
And then the fasting drops is more for long-term fasting and just getting your sodium level way up.
And all of them do not have any flavor or sweetener, so they all taste salty.
Yeah, they all. It's just yeah. Oh yeah, Lori posted a video where we explained the difference, but yeah, none of them have any flavors, none of them have any sweeteners, none of them have caffeine, none of them have anything but electrolytes. It's pure electrolytes. That's it.
And it's a liquid. It's not a powder. And you can put it in any drink you want.
And to answer Kathy's, none of them have any sweetener whatsoever of any kind. No sucralose, no monk fruit, no stevia, no nothing.
And not in those drops.
Yep. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's the electrolyte drops, and they were kind of a big hit at the Low Carb Denver, because Keto Chow itself, some people don't like shakes.
Yep, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. And well, Jessica wants to know, can they be safely used during pregnancy? I don't know of any reason they could not.
I would say so.
So they're not indicated for use during pregnancy, but I mean.
Are you gonna drink a Gatorade? I mean Powerade Zero?
Yeah.
Like.
It's essentially the same as using like pink Himalayan salt, but it has more of the trace minerals than pink Himalayan salt, and it doesn't leave sand in the bottom of your glass. That's what it's going for. So. All right, so vanilla's on sale.
Oh yes,
Vanilla Keto Chow. Oh, sorry.
And electrolytes. We have them in bundles now. We have a little electrolyte bundle.
Oh yes.
That I don't have with me. That's in a cute little baggie, and then we have a box that has all 3 electrolyte big bottles, and then each of the big bottles comes with a little bottle.
Yep.
So if you want to buy those, they're on our website. The big bundle and then the little electrolyte bundle. So people like things in bundles, so we made some bundles.
Yes, we did. So yeah, and
so vanilla's on sale.
And well, Deb just pointed out that Nisha Berry
is
using them
now.
now.
She has been using them.
So yeah, Anyway, so
She's been
sounds
listening to
safe
us,
during
too.
pregnancy to me, and I don't think Ken would have let her use them otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, yeah, vanilla is on sale. Vanilla Keto Chow, not vanilla fasting drops. That's not a thing.
You could put the fasting drops into your keto
You could, yeah,
if you want.
yeah. Now, vanilla is really interesting. A lot of people are kind of like, oh, vanilla. It's
Blah,
just
blah,
it's just
boring,
vanilla, right? Except vanilla, it by itself, it actually tastes pretty good. And then, in addition to that, you can add stuff to it. It's a really nice base. Every time somebody asks me, hey, will you guys make
Key lime,
key lime or lemon or
peaches and cream.
or just any huge
I like-
random number of flavors.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
pocket
just
bacon.
got some secret pocket bacon.
You have
Apparently
to
that's
order it
what I need.
online. It's good stuff though.
It is.
Not that I've had it.
Peterson
for a while.
Farms.
But-
I can open it.
I guess you could. You know, we just ate dinner, right?
I know I did.
Or rather, I just ate lunch.
Sam, are you eating pocket bacon?
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, it's on sale and it's really versatile. You can add all sorts of stuff to it. It's fantastic stuff. So next up, today is day 70
70
of my 100 days of eating nothing but Keto Chow.
You mean it's only a few days before I have you back? 30 days?
1 month,
30 days?
30 days.
What?
Give it another 2 days and it'll be 4 weeks.
Wow.
That means I only have like 4 blood tests left.
Oh. You know what? Somebody posted on Instagram today that they were going to do Keto Chow for 4 days, and I'm like, I could do that.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be...
I could do 4 days. Hey, let it be known that I have done Keto Chow for 4 weeks before.
Yes,
And
you
I am
have.
amazing.
And
You
we
can
got
say that
some
too.
cool blood tests. You're
You are-
amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Christine Widmer thinks that black cherry one-on-one flavor drops in vanilla Keto Chow is amazing.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Yeah.
I think you should order that. We're going to do a giveaway with them.
Oh.
Yeah, in a couple months.
Cool.
Sometime. Speaking of giveaways, there's a giveaway going on right now with Ian187. So go on Instagram, find
yes.
Ian187.
N.
Ian187.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool guy. Yeah, we're doing a giveaway with him,
Mm-hmm.
and so like and tag E and all those things.
Yeah, like and tag. And then there's also going to be a giveaway starting tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not sure what is going to happen with it. Insufficient network bandwidth.
Oh, it just means that it's
Oh,
adjusting
it just-
down.
Okay.
It's the bandwidth for the video is set to 8,000 kilobits
What
per
the
second,
heck?
and if it can't get that much, it's bringing it down just a little bit to 7,800 something.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's so sad.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, so we're going to be doing Next Mile Meals, is that the one that's going to be
Yeah,
starting?
but there's a really cool blog post we're gonna put up.
Mm-hmm.
They've been using it when they're hiking like all over the world, and it's so cool.
Yep.
So yeah, you can do keto anywhere. Even
Yeah,
if you're hiking.
she hiked the Pacific Coast Trail. She went from, I don't remember if it was Canada to Mexico or Mexico to Canada. It was one or the other. But basically, she went, yeah.
It's so cool.
And she made extensive use of Keto Chow. Basically, breakfast was Keto Chow. I was reading through the post beforehand today. There's some fun stuff in there about how she would mix it up at night. And most of the time where she was at, it was cold enough that the Keto Chow would
the
stay good.
temperature, yeah.
It was like a
It was like
refrigerator.
a fridge. You just put it outside of the
Pacific
tent.
Crest,
Oh
not
yeah,
Coast.
Pacific Crest.
And at some points during the Sierra Nevada, she was burying it in snow. She's like, it was the one good thing about trudging through ice fields every day.
Was that Keto Chow would stay cold?
Yeah.
Deb said she wanted to know if we were going to Keto Fest. Yeah, we're totally going to
Yeah.
Keto Fest. We love Keto Fest. It's so fun.
Fest
Everybody
is
should
great.
go to Keto Fest.
Absolutely. The Kickstarter. Oh, speaking of which, the Keto Fest Kickstarter is going on right now.
Yes, and you should definitely watch the Kickstarter video. Can we link that?
Yeah.
Because it has Carrie in a cute hat.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to Lori. I bet
Yeah,
she'll
maybe
link to
she
it.
can find it.
Yeah.
Laura, can
I
you
think
find
it's.
the
I'm pretty
Keto-
sure it's ketofest.com.
Keto Fest Kickstarter video so that everyone can see it.
Yep. But yeah, that it's gonna be great. We love going to Keto Fest. We've been to all of them. All two.
All 2 of them. Yeah, it's been so fun.
The first time we just went to enjoy it. The second time we were invited to be a vendor, and yeah, we're gonna be there again. Let's see. We're back at my 100 days of Keto Chow. It's still going great. In case you haven't been following along, I have been posting daily videos on the blog, and on YouTube, and on Facebook, and on Instagram, on IGTV. So I won't go into much of it here because it's all there on
It's
the
all over the
site.
place.
So yeah, Deb's gonna try to go. She hasn't been to Connecticut since 2002.
You should go, and
Yeah.
you should meet us and give me a hug.
It's true. Miriam's actually going to go and hang out ahead of time with
Really?
Carrie. Yeah, you're going to
Oh,
do girls.
that was just like a different.
I know, that's just completely, yeah.
We're gonna get together
Yep.
and stay at Carrie's house. Carrie Brown.
Speaking of doing 3 Keto Chows a day, Natalie on the Keto Chow Facebook support group was planning on doing 3 Keto Chows a day, and just some tips from the pros. If you want to do 3 Keto Chows a day. Now, you don't have to do Keto Chow 3 meals a day. It's designed so that you can, should you choose to do so, but it is not a requirement. It's not here to replace your bacon. It's not here to replace your prime rib. It's here to replace your,
Brisket? No.
yeah, not your brisket. It's here to replace your, oh no, what am I going to do? I have to run off to do whatever.
And I'm not prepared to fast.
Yes.
Which is fine. You need to prepare to fast sometimes.
I actually got a phone call from a rather prominent person in the keto world who's working on a manuscript for a book right now.
Yeah.
And wanted to
didn't
know.
tell me that.
Well, I'm not going to tell who it is.
Well, you'll
but
tell me later.
I will tell you who it is later. But they said, hey, I want to do Keto Chow 3 meals a day because I just don't have time for anything else. And I'm like,
Go
okay.
ahead.
They're like, so how do I go about ordering it? I'm like,
There's a link.
here you go.
Bing.
I might have given him a coupon.
Oh, you should have. That's
Anyway,
awesome sauce.
him or her,
Or them.
them. I might have given them.
It was probably my mom.
Your mom she's dead.
Oh. It was probably her mom.
Anyway,
Just kidding.
so tips from the pros.
Okay.
If you want to do Keto Chow 3 meals a day, number one is maybe not have quite as much fat in it to start off and then ramp up a bit. Or if you're going to be hungry, maybe do more. I don't know. It's split there. Having too much fat right off the bat can cause digestive problems.
But if you're on keto anyway, aren't you having a lot of fat?
Yeah, but it's very interesting when you go from 2 a day to 3 a day. It's like night and day.
I didn't notice anything.
Oh, I always do.
I'm not you though.
Okay. Well, the number one thing I can recommend, I guess, here we go with my
Is a
number one
probiotic.
recommend, is a probiotic. I always tell people this. I always don't take my own advice until about day 3 or 4, and I've had diarrhea and I have to take a probiotic, and then everything is fine. It's just fine. I don't know why I don't listen to my own advice. I don't know. It's like I'm too proud.
Yeah, but when I did it, I didn't ever take a probiotic once.
And
I had no problems whatsoever because I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Just say that. You're amazing.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Sorry, I always get the giggles when we're on live.
So that's the number one thing I can recommend. Number 2 is mix up a whole bunch at the same time. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's way fast. And then just take them out of your fridge
Yep.
when you need to. And one more thing, if you are menstruating, take an iron supplement.
Yes. Okay, so Keto Chow is a little low on iron for women. And it's
Only for menstruating women,
which is most women.
not all women.
Okay. Well, hey, see, Paula thinks Miriam's amazing too.
I don't thank
The
you.
reason that the iron is lower is so that I personally won't get a dangerous buildup of iron in my system from
Since
using.
he lives on Keto Chow.
Pretty much. So for men, unless we are constantly donating blood, we're going to be having a buildup of iron. And I try to donate blood as much as I can. I just can't right now while I'm doing this test because I don't know what to do to my stuff. Christine wants to know what probiotic.
I don't know.
Seriously, right now...
We're getting the Costco one.
Yeah, it's the Garden of Life 10 or something like that. It's on sale, $5 off at Costco.
Yeah, Costco
right
on
now.
sale right now.
But really,
I
just
found
about...
a box of it in the medicine cupboard.
Yeah, that's because I bought 2.
That was a good idea.
I know, right?
What?
Anyway,
I was gonna order some.
in my experience, that one works, but for the most part, yeah there is a lot.
There's
See which one you
like. Get one that doesn't have sweetener in it.
Yeah.
We when we were in Denver, we'd forgotten our probiotic, and so we're at Walmart, and I'm like looking, no.
Oh, they all had sweeteners in them?
Everything had random weird stuff in it, so I found the one
Maltodextrin.
with the most or the least random weird stuff in it that we could take, and that's the one we took. And it was like weird. It was kind of a little tiny one, but whatever. It was probably more expensive too, but I'm like, I don't care.
So I have it up here and you have it down here.
Whoops.
So we'll do that later. We'll do that when we get down there.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Okay. You didn't read all my stuff?
Some of it I read. Speaking of Brenda, because she's on here,
Okay.
and Keto Chow for 3 meals a day, she was wanting for me to let you know that when you come off of your Keto Chow, not to just eat like crazy, because it's almost like coming off of a fast, and so you need to work into eating again.
Yeah, she told me the same thing.
Oh, well,
She thinks
now I'm
it's
telling
important.
you. I think it's important too.
I know.
Because really, when you're doing Keto Chow 3 meals a day, it's like a protein-sparing modified fast.
It's a bit.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, while we were, and we touched on this, when we were at Low Carb Denver, we did a couple of videos. One of the ones we did was with Nurse Cindy.
Yeah.
And I actually just edited that. It's on our YouTube channel, but I haven't linked it anywhere yet.
So maybe we'll do that after, so you can see it.
Yeah.
But we did a Facebook Live with her, so you can watch that on our page or on her page.
Yep. It
And you
was
should
pretty good.
definitely go follow her if you're not already.
Oh yeah, she's great.
She's so amazing.
She knows stuff that I don't know.
Neatest
and it's great.
lady. You just can't not be happy when she's around.
Yeah, she's so
She's
nice.
just a pocket full of fun.
Yes, she is. Somebody on the Keto Chow Facebook support group was complaining about headaches and asked if they were caused by carb withdrawal. So, in my experience, carb withdrawal was completely mental. It was more of a mental thing. But when you have there could be a couple of things that cause a headache. Number one, first and foremost, above and beyond anything else, is going to be not enough sodium or other electrolytes. And along with that goes you're dehydrated. And when I woke up Sunday morning, I was totally dehydrated. I just hadn't gotten enough to drink. My electrolytes were low. So I started hitting up the sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Well, in the form of our electrolyte drops, but you could use just about anything you want in order to do that. But yeah, it's more than likely, it's not carb withdrawal. And a lot of times when people start keto, they get the keto flu, and it's entirely preventable. There's no reason anybody should get keto flu. You just need to keep your electrolytes up. And along with keeping your electrolytes up, you'll be thirsty and you'll have additional water. But if you just drink a whole bunch of water without having the right electrolytes, it's going to flush out more electrolytes and make the problem worse. So you need to make sure you're keeping your electrolytes up.
Yep.
Put salt on everything. The conventional wisdom of you shouldn't use a lot of salt, that's wrong.
It's really crazy how switched around our brains have got.
Yeah, and different people have different requirements for the amount of salt that they need. I was talking with Dave Feldman about a year ago, and he was telling my dad and I that, if I remember correctly, he had a requirement of like 11,000 milligrams.
It was 9,000.
I think it was 11. Maybe it was 9.
It was more than.
It was really a lot,
Dave.
milligrams of sodium. We'll say 9,000. You're right. It was 9,000 milligrams of sodium, which translates to like, maybe that was what it was, like 11 to 15 grams of salt, which is a lot.
And our daily recommended is what?
Like
3 to
2,500.
6,000.
Well, no, the U.S. recommended allowance is like 2,500 milligrams of
Yeah,
sodium.
that's not even close to
That's
as
like
much
nothing.
as we think you need.
No, not even close. Brenda was saying in an earlier Facebook Live that they recommend 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams of sodium a day for people who are fasting. So if you're not getting any other food, that's about how much. Now, they individually, Brenda's part of the intensive dietary management program. She's one of the coaches. And they do very specifically tailored individual fasting advice. So that's her general advice, but she goes a lot more in depth if you sign up for the IDM program.
Oh, Paula wrote 2, 3.
Yeah, so that's the U.S.
That's
recommended
the US
allowance.
recommended. Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, we don't think is enough.
No, not even close.
So speaking of Paula, this Paula right here,
Oh,
who
yes.
just said that. She was talking about using exogenous ketones to help her with her migraines.
Uh-huh.
And we always talk about how you don't need exogenous ketones, but
For
every
general,
body is
yeah.
different. And if she's having horrible migraines and she's doing everything she can to do keto the right way, whatever the right way is for her, if she's using those ketones and they're helping her, then good for her.
Yep.
So way to go, Paula, finding something that will work for you.
Yep. Siobhan just said hi.
Siobhan, hi.
Long time no see.
Hold on, everybody. I gotta go get something.
Oh my gosh. Miriam will be back. All right, so yeah, Paula's using exogenous ketones. Now, speaking of ketones, this has come up quite a bit lately because when we were at the Low Carb Denver conference, I went over to the Keto Mojo booth and tested my blood ketones. And I got a 5.2 millimolars per deciliter on my blood ketones. And this is a thing that
This is a shawl
that shall,
that Siobhan made for me
yeah.
because she's the best.
Okay, so as far as high ketones go, high ketones are not a requirement. And when you're doing a ketogenic diet, anything above, it's about 0.3, and you're in ketosis. More importantly, you're in, which is the burning ketones. More importantly, you're in ketogenesis, which is making ketones. You don't need to be really high. Richard Morris, formerly of Two Keto Dudes, although he's still nice.
He's still claimed.
He hardly ever gets above, I think it's 0.5.
Yeah.
Even if he fasts for like 3 days, he only gets to like 0.7 or like 1.2. So it's not a big deal if you don't have high ketones. You don't have to chase ketones.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to know if you're doing testing, you're doing all sorts of stuff, it's nice to know if you are actually making and burning ketones, which is why you might test. But you don't need to get 3.5, 4.0, 5.2 like crazy people. And that's why generally it's not recommended, or it's not required for you to use exogenous ketones, because that will bump up your ketone levels. In this case, it was me eating Keto Chow with avocado oil for like a week and a half, or no, it was a week at that point.
And you got your 5.2, is that what
Yeah,
it was?
that's when I got my 5.2.
I think I got up that high when I was doing only avocado oil during my 4-week time too.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
because
like the only time I've ever got high ketones ever.
it's because I'm doing like 1.5 grams of net carbs a day.
Yeah, so you're so low in carbs. Which is a tool. Like I really think it's a tool. You can use it for epilepsy, for
Yeah.
migraines, for Alzheimer's, for whatever you feel like you need. Is that, really higher ketones, which would really just be low carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't get very high ketones at all. Like, I'm lucky if I'm on the scale. But I know when I am in ketosis and I am feeling better. I can just feel it. And so if I am a 0.5 or a 0.3, I'm like, well, I feel good, so it doesn't matter to me what my number is.
Well, and Shari said you don't really have to check your ketones. And no, you don't. I'm checking my ketones every day for a very simple reason. because I'm crazy. No, because I am
That is true.
documenting my body's response to what I'm eating. And academically, it's nice to see high numbers because all of the haters, all the keto police, that you shouldn't be doing blah, 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 and that's not keto. Well, they can stick it in their ear because 5.2 endogenous ketones without using MCT or any other extra stuff, just pure dietary ketogenic stuff. Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect for keto.
Oh, read Siobhan's comment real quick. Oh,
And now, Siobhan also pointed out that for lean mass hyperresponders or people who are athletes, because they're so lean and whatnot, they tend to have really low ketone levels. But they're also burning fat very efficiently or something. That's what we think. No one's really done the research because it's so difficult to do really good nutrition research on humans. Because it's difficult to get like 50 or 60 humans that are genetically identical.
what?
Feed them the exact same thing, and then when the experiment's over, cut them open to look at body composition. It just doesn't work. Humans are tough, so it's very hard to know that for sure. Let's see. Shari says she checks her glucose to see her blood levels, and
That's a good question.
so could I figure out my ketones from your glucose?
So
Not
you can't
really.
figure out your ketones, but it gives you kind of a good idea once you've checked them before what it might be. So that's, kind of cool. Once you've checked them, you can kind of guesstimate.
And really, and this is one of the things the two keto dudes harp on, emphasize a lot, is stay under 20 grams of carbohydrates. Get protein to satisfy your lean body mass, fat to satiety. As long as you do that, you're under 20 grams of net carbohydrates. Well, for most people, net carbohydrates. Some people have to do total, but still, as long as you're under that, you're gonna be making ketones. You don't really need to test unless you feel like you have to test. And then at that point, we're getting back to, is it a motivator for you? Testing your blood ketones, does that motivate you? That yes, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, it's going.
And sometimes it really does help you watch what you eat.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes you need that, you need that accountability, so you can just be like, oh, well, I've already had this today, so I'm not going to have this other thing. Because it seems like, at least with me, I do really good eating keto foods. Sometimes I just eat too much.
Yeah.
And that's still not good. So.
Yep. And well, the motivation thing kind of gets back to, in a previous Facebook Live, we talked about the use of the urine test strips.
Hello, come
and
put
how
your head in here, honey.
a lot of people kind of get down on them, saying that they're not useful. There's food in the fridge, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made a super awesome dinner. It was leftovers and all beef hot dogs cut up, cooked with eggs and covered with cheese.
I didn't even eat any of that. I just
You
ate the
didn't?
leftovers.
Oh, okay, the meat.
Leftovers wrapped in a folio.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Siobhan, for pointing this out. She said, assuming you're not epileptic or need higher ketones or some therapeutic process, a lot of people are satisfied with getting results from general, looser clothes, more energy, results in general, meaning looser clothes, more energy, etc. And it all depends on what your why is for doing a ketogenic diet. If the reason you're doing a ketogenic diet is to keep all 10 of your toes, hey,
having toes is very important.
it is very important.
Super important to me.
People always complain, keto's hard. Yeah, so is losing a toe.
Yeah.
So is losing an ear. So is your eyesight failing. So
Sometimes it's worth it, right?
Yep. And Shari says it's not a motivator. The weight loss and inches coming off is the big motivator.
Yeah.
And it comes down to the why.
Shari, you're adorable, by the way.
Okay,
I
so
hope you know that.
anyway, I think we talked about the high ketone levels for a bit, and every time I post what my ketone levels are during this thing, I always get people saying, "Oh, do I need to get my ketones level?" No, you don't. Do I need to take MCT oil to get that high? No. It's not going to make you lose weight any faster to have higher ketones. Having lower carbohydrates probably will, and getting the right amount of calories and the right amount of protein for you, what you need. But artificially bumping up your ketones isn't going to. Now, again, people who have neurological conditions, or in this case, Paula is using them to have her migraines go away. In which case, higher ketone levels, fantastic.
Yeah.
You've got Alzheimer's.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Ketones, bring them on.
Yep. Paula wants to know, does weight loss slow with a higher therapeutic level? No, not that I know of. I know of nothing that would indicate. It just doesn't increase by having higher ketones.
Yeah.
Let me couch that. It might increase if you are eating unaided in a way that promotes higher ketones, so very, very low carbohydrate, maybe carnivore. But adding exogenous ketones is not going to make you lose weight. Much that adding human gonadotrophin, HCG, to a person who's not pregnant isn't going to make them pregnant. I mean, you can pee on a stick. That is Christy Davis's reference, and she's fantastic. Taking HCG and then peeing on a stick will say that you're pregnant, but you're not. Taking ketones and peeing on a stick and having it say that you're in ketosis
doesn't necessarily.
You're not really making ketones. So
if you're making it in addition to that, then yeah. But
Deb says that she loves veggies, but had to give most of them up. Never noticed that before keto.
Oh.
And it's interesting the stuff that you notice when you start removing.
Yeah,
other
when you start
things.
eliminating things, then you notice when you bring them back that it's problematic.
Now, moving on. When you feel better in general, it's a lot easier to know small things that were lost in the noise before. That is very true, Siobhan.
Yeah, it's true. So true.
Okay.
Speaking
How
of
many?
carnivore-
Well, no, we'll get to that in a second.
Sorry.
How many fat bombs should you eat a day?
Oh yeah, we talked about that on the Facebook support
Yep.
group. None. Oh.
You
I mean,
can.
you can eat whatever you want.
Now, it comes back to the fat to satiety.
Yeah.
Eat
Do you
fat.
need them
Yeah.
because you're hungry?
Are you having problems with cravings and you just need to
Have
get something?
sweet, and you want to have something that's healthier for you
Yeah.
than a Snickers bar?
Better to have
then
a
eat
fat
that.
bomb than a candy bar.
Yeah, but you don't have to reach percentages. I think a lot of times people focus on, I didn't reach my percentage of fat today. Well,
Yeah.
were you hungry? Well, no. Then you don't need a shot of MCT. You
Yeah.
don't need a fat bomb. So you shouldn't need it to reach a percentage. If you're satiated, then be satiated, and you don't
Yeah.
need to eat anymore. Because I think that's part of the problem. We just think we need to eat when we don't.
That's correct. So, and interestingly enough, I actually know a couple people who, this is on a completely off topic, who have done Keto Chow and didn't put any fat into Keto Chow. They did it with just like unsweetened almond milk or water, and then used fat bombs
As
to
their
get the
fat?
rest. Yeah,
Sure,
they're
you
like
could totally do that.
somebody was having all these problems. Hey, Julia's here.
Hooyah!
This person, they were having all these digestive issues, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and they started using fat bombs for all their fat, and Keto Chow for their protein and other nutrients,
Yeah.
and it worked fine for them.
Yeah, totally worked.
Okay,
Then you get to choose something.
yeah, that's true. Okay, what to do if you feel bloated when drinking Keto Chow?
Look at the way you mixed it.
Okay,
See if maybe you're not doing good with heavy cream.
okay, in which case you'd use avocado oil instead.
Yep. You
Okay.
could add more water.
Okay.
You could drink less of it at one time.
Yeah, so you take a long time to drink them, right?
Yeah, I don't as much as I used to. But I also am not eating a lot of stuff around it. So if you eat something at the same time as Keto Chow, you might be eating too much. But you also might be sensitive to the dairy. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think drink it slower. You try avocado oil instead. If you're trying to do 3 a day, maybe switch back to 2 or fewer.
Or
Shari
there's
reduced
too
her
much.
heavy cream.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently that worked for her.
Yeah, you could just be putting too much in it, yeah.
And Siobhan, on the other hand, chugs them.
Chug them.
Siobhan did an experiment where she was, well,
Sorry, my hair's
I almost
today.
said her minion Dave Feldman. Her ogre Dave
Your
Feldman
minion.
was doing an experiment where he was doing,
Do you?
he was dropping his cholesterol by eating white bread and lean turkey. While at the same time, Siobhan was messing around with her metabolism by drinking. You're gonna
3,000?
it was 3,000 to 6,000 calories a day of Keto Chow using heavy cream. So much so that she had this a couple times. For a lot of it, she had to split it up into 6 shakes because there was so much heavy cream.
Yeah, that would make you really full.
Yeah, it would, and it's kind of funny. She said it did shortcut her satiety signals a little bit by having the liquid fat. So interesting stuff.
Yeah.
She's got a post on cholesterolcode.com talking about all of it. And Deb says she uses half the heavy cream and replaced the loss with water.
Yeah, there you go.
Shari does a half scoop, 7 to 8 cups of water, quarter cup of heavy cream, and she's still full.
Oh, that's
If you're
perfect.
full,
That's great.
you're full.
Sometimes
go.
I'll just mix up my keto chow like normal and only pour half of it in the glass and
Yep.
heat it up and have an egg.
And sometimes I will get chocolate keto chow and pour it into a mug and heat it up in the microwave and then drink it and then pour the other half in and drink it, and it's delicious.
Yeah, I did that today.
Okay. Anyhow, how do you store keto chow? So this comes up quite often. So keto chow comes in the bags, and a lot of times people have problems with the bag. Either maybe the zipper will fail, or they accidentally cut the bag open. There
Or
are
they
some.
don't like bags, which is fine because they're
Yeah.
not that great. We're just too lazy to store it in anything else.
Yeah, there's a really good thread about this on the Keto Chow Facebook support group with different like Rubbermaid. I think there was a 3
They're from
quart.
the container store. There's some from the
Yeah,
big store.
well, there's some from the container store. There's other ones that you can just get at like Walmart or online with different containers that you can put Keto Chow into, little storage containers.
I just like to look at you.
Okay, you're weird.
I know.
But anyway, thanks.
There's
Choo-choo.
containers.
There goes the train of thought.
You can use storage containers if you want.
Yeah, I just put mine. I just have them in there.
Tupperware, Rubbermaid.
Yeah, Siobhan has a lot of money, so she uses Pyrex glass
yeah,
ones.
Pyrex would be
Yeah.
good. All glass. Also, don't drop it on the floor. But what happened really was we remodeled our kitchen so that we would have an entire wall of Keto Chow section.
Yeah, there's an entire cupboard. It's just blender bottles and Keto Chow.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's
That's
pretty
all
rad.
it is.
So we have a cupboard for all the things. And we have quite a few cupboards that are actually empty still.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're working on it.
yeah.
We get random stuff. Don't worry. Okay. Oh yes, there's the Instagram giveaway.
Instagram
You talked about that.
Talked about EN187.
Ian187 on the Instagrams. Okay, Bob Anderson posted a link to some ones on Amazon.
Thanks, Bob.
Good job. Thanks, Bob. And Deb uses large mason jars. That works.
Oh yeah, and it would look cute.
Yep. I just use the
I hope you
bags.
tie a little piece of twine around the outside.
Okay.
It'd be so cute.
So now we're down to the last
Labels.
part. This is all that's on the list, which is still a bunch of stuff. Which is
The most
our
awesome
thoughts about number 1, the Carnivore conference.
It's
So
actually really cool.
yeah. So Amber O'Hearn decided.
She's so amazing.
She is great. She's a data scientist by training, if I remember correctly. I don't want it. Ugh. It's got Siobhan all over it.
Like my friend.
Anyway.
Carnivore conference.
Amber O'Hearn, she, about 10 years ago, she had been doing keto, and she noticed that she was still having a bunch of health problems. And so she finally went all in and went carnivore, and all of a sudden all of her health problems just pretty much went away. Completely turned her health around. And so she kind of is one of the pioneers in the carnivore movement, which is you're just eating animal products.
Well, she's been doing it for like, what, 15 years?
I think it's 10. It might,
Oh, no,
maybe
no,
it was
no.
longer than 10.
It's longer than that. Because
Okay.
the first time we heard her speak, it was like 12. And that's like a while ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm
so
sure she'll tell us.
that's what
We
she
should have
does.
been listening during her talk. She
No.
probably said it.
I think I actually missed her talk. I think I had to go out and help Holly and Steve with the truck
Oh,
during her talk.
well, I was
which
there.
sucks.
Why wasn't I listening?
I don't know. But,
I did get a call from my kids.
so, okay, Siobhan says almost 10 years.
What?
Great.
I'm sure it's 15.
Yes.
It
I
feels
won.
like a long time.
Anyway, so she organized a conference, which was, it was the day before the Low Carb Denver conference. So a whole bunch of people are going to be in town anyway. So it's just a quick, short drive up to Boulder, Colorado, which is like the capital of veganism. So
Is it really? over
yeah,
there?
there was a theater, and
And
everybody.
it said the vegan theater.
No, it didn't. But that theater, their security always checks bags to make sure that
They didn't check
nothing's-
my bag
Well, they checked my backpack,
to see if there
which
was
is funny
any
because
steak inside.
I totally had a pocket knife sticking out of my back pocket.
Weapons.
They didn't even notice. But anyway, a lot of people thought that like the vegans were going to try to break in and like throw eggs. Yeah, there were no protesters at all, like Siobhan said.
It was great.
But anyway, there were a lot of really good talks. My key takeaway from the talks that were presented, a lot of them were about like the metabolic advantages of meat and the history of our evolution along with meat and meat consumption and how likely we were to have eaten plants and blah, blah, blah. But what it really came down to, my takeaway is that plants are not your friends. Plants don't want to be eaten. Animals can run, and they have horns, and they have teeth, and they can kick. So they have defenses. Animals are plants are just animals. Plants are just stuck there.
So they have chemicals,
Yeah, they have chemical warfare to prevent
people and
other animals
from eating
them. I actually got a really great picture of this one slide. It was I think a 60-something-year-old woman who had gone on a green smoothie cleanse and had gotten acute oxalate poisoning.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
It's a class of chemicals that's produced by plants. The funny thing is, plants, we just assume it occurs in nature, it's fine. There are a lot of known carcinogens present in plants. So it really comes down to, if you want to eat plants, that's great. If you like the taste, go for it. Perfect. But don't feel like you have to. The narrative that we've been fed is that the healthy place to get your nutrients from
It's fruits and vegetables.
is fruits and vegetables. That's where you get your vitamins. The better place to get vitamins. Well, let's go back to this. You are what you eat, right?
I'm a broccoli.
You're not.
Just kidding.
But you are what your body keeps and does with what you eat. But if we want to grow animal tissue, which is what we are, should we be eating plants or should we be eating animals?
It was really cool.
It was very cool. Now, I'm not carnivore right now, although I'm really seriously considering it in April.
I've been wanting to do it for a while. I just don't want to be so bored. Like, I really want to do it, but...
I'm wearing my Rectech grills.
Well, if you would just stop drinking Keto Chow and start actually smoking meat, then I would be a little happier.
It's so hard to go out there and...
Yeah, I know.
Now-
and then miss out.
Now,
I'm missing out on my brisket.
Deb has an interesting question. I wonder how good zucchini is for you. Now, is zucchini classified as a fruit?
I don't know.
So vegetables and things like that, like actual vegetables with
Salads do
seeds in
taste
it,
good.
and fruits, though that's an effort by the plant to get its seeds out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't tend to put the nasty compounds
Yeah.
in there.
Because it wants to get eaten, so it can become another treat.
Exactly. So, but they don't like you eating the leaves. They things like that. Siobhan says pretty much everyone I talk to, including myself, expects to be bored of doing carnivore, and after a week or two, you break past it and just enjoy it.
Yeah. Hey, Carrie has a question.
Yes.
She just said, I would love to learn more. Where would be a good resource? Can we link Amber's website?
Yes, I'm going to make Siobhan do that.
Oh,
Siobhan, you're on it. Link to...
And speaking of Siobhan, this is my shawl that Siobhan made me. Isn't it cute?
Yep. And one of the better recent podcasts I've heard, Amber O'Hearn was on the Diet Doctor podcast. And then not long after her was Peter Ballerstedt, who was also at the Carnivore conference.
He was at
the concert, yeah!
Oh, great!
So Amber was talking about whether or not eating carnivore is good and things like that. But Siobhan, that's not a clickable link. You have to make it clickable. You have to copy the whole thing. Anyway.
He says you're slacking.
I know. Here, I'm going to find the Diet Doctor podcast.
Now you're not holding my hand anymore.
Now, you talk about Peter Ballerstedt.
Oh, I don't want to. I want to talk about Dave. Can I talk about Dave instead?
Okay, I'll talk about Peter really quick.
Okay.
So
on the Diet Doctor podcast, Peter was talking. The reason why I don't want to talk about it is because I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know him.
Yes,
I can guess what he was talking about.
He is the sod father, as Deb
Wine,
put it. Thank you, Siobhan. Anyway, so Peter Ballerstedt, his
He's
whole
our
thing.
friend.
He is our friend. Apparently, when he comes into town, he gives us a call and we go out to dinner. And I don't eat anything.
He was teasing us that we couldn't afford 3 steaks. We could
So
only
I
afford
paid for
2.
dinner, and I only paid for 2 steaks because I couldn't afford 3 because I wasn't eating.
It was awesome.
Anyway, so Dr. Ballerstedt talks about, we've been told a lot of stuff about whether or not eating beef is sustainable for the environment and whether it's healthy. And a lot of that is really flawed. It's the easiest way to say it. And so Peter Ballerstedt, who also was on the Diet Doctor podcast, he was also at, Amber's going to be at Keto Salt Lake.
Yeah, she's going to talk.
Peter Ballerstedt's going to be
awesome.
at Keto Salt
So
Lake.
we'll have some carnivore
It's going to be great. And
we should serve bacon. That sounds delicious.
Well, we're not actually going to serve anything. So
We
with
should
Keto
just,
Salt Lake,
have a table with bacon for fun.
that'd be a good idea. But we priced the Keto Salt Lake. It's a conference that we're going to be doing. We priced it as low as we could possibly go, and the whole idea is that we're not going to make money. We're not capitalizing on this at all.
There's a kid. There's another.
If we even break even,
Poke your
I'll be
face in
surprised.
here, kid.
But so we're not going to have extensive stuff. We're not doing it in a fancy place. I'm really glad that Kate didn't just trip on that cord because that would have been really
I don't know if
bad.
you can be seen. Get real close, honey.
And Siobhan is also, I thought I
have to
said
look
that.
at
I
the
think I
camera.
forgot.
Oh, right,
She's
that's
also
the
going to be
camera.
at Keto Salt Lake. So
Yes.
yay!
And Emily, tell me your news.
Yeah.
What's your news? Who?
Okay. So she'll tell us her news in a second.
Okay.
You tell us about Dave Feldman.
That was my point from the Carnivore conference that I liked. It was probably the perspective I needed, because he took and put a whole bunch of vegetables into Chronometer, and then he put the meat into Chronometer, and he put up slides of them next to each other, and to get all the proper nutrients, you'd have to have a ton of vegetables and then just a little bit of meat.
Well,
And
it was like all of the nutrients were coming from oatmeal.
yeah, pretty much all of them were from oatmeal. So it's like, if you want to eat oatmeal every day, you. But yeah, it was perspective. It was a dish of perspective for me.
Yeah, because
To just see it up on the screen like that in the numbers.
Because we're always told that you want to get nutrients, you need to eat them from vegetables and fruits. Mm-hmm. Well, you get a lot more nutrients from meat
Yeah.
and from, what's it called again?
Fats?
Offal.
Oh, awful.
The organs of animals when you consume them, it's called offal.
Because it's awful.
AWFUL or
Careful
something
of
like
that,
that.
sweetheart.
No, it's AUFUL. And dang it.
We figured it out last time. Ruth, careful of that.
Did you see what Emily just said?
What? Woo!
Johnny and Emily are coming to Keto Salt Lake.
Yay!
Yeah! That's fantastic.
We should get our nails done together.
Oh.
Who, me?
Yeah, you and Johnny.
Me and Johnny should get our nails
Yeah.
done?
You guys could go smoke some meat while we go get our nails
Offal,
done.
that's how you spell it.
Yeah.
Miriam, did you show them your... Oh, you did. You
Yeah, I
totally
did
showed
last
them
time.
last time. Your,
So Kate's here.
Uh-huh.
Kate, what do you feel about carnivore? You tell us what your thoughts are.
Oh, well, meat is very good to start it off.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's got a lot of nutrients.
Tell the camera.
It's pretty easy to, like, the idea and concept in general, but in reality it's actually, like, easy.
plus
because you
meat's
just
delicious.
eat meat.
And I don't want to get down on it, people who have made a decision to go vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah, there's some
I
nice
do ask them if they've done that for a philosophical reason or what their reasoning is. Because a lot of times they might be doing it because they've been misinformed. And if so, I do have some really cool information to share with them that might, are they doing it for the suffering of animals reason, or are they doing it for environmental reasons or whatnot? Because there's a lot of misinformation about there.
Yeah.
So
Although Dave did point out in his talk that he has quite a few good friends that are vegan that do
That's true.
get the proper nutrients from plants. And he said that you have to pay specific attention to specific things so that you get the proper nutrients so you can live and still live.
yeah,
So yeah, I do like fruits and veggies too.
I just don't eat them.
Somebody said that you were a good cook, Dad.
Yeah, you are. You
Who said I was
best.
a good cook?
As a person up there, they
Oh,
said,
Lori.
yeah,
Don't
Lori,
climb over there,
Oh,
buddy.
your dad's a
and
great
it said,
meat cook.
and your dad
That's
is
true.
a great meat cook.
Not that I eat any of it. I still have 30 days.
30 days, that's not
Ooh,
that long.
that's
Yep.
good.
Okay, so now we're on to the Low Carb Denver conference.
Oh yes,
And one of the cool things about Low Carb Denver, okay, so they recorded
it
it.
is so awesome.
They will be putting up, as they edit them, the presentations, or at least the majority of the presentations
Are
from
they
Low
going to
Carb
be
Denver.
for everybody or just people?
Yeah,
who
they
bought
just
the
put them up
tickets?
for free.
Fix my glasses.
So at least that's what they've done in the past.
Now there's a blue light in my eye.
And I've got
There's a light in your eye.
stuff in my teeth. Anyway, so Low Carb Denver, Jeff Gerber runs it, and he's done a really good job at putting this stuff up. It takes a couple months sometimes to get up, but for instance, you can watch most of last year's presentations, like Ben Bickman's amazing presentation.
So good. On glucagon.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
gist of it, the short version
It was so
is
good.
everybody thinks if you eat protein, it's going to cause an insulin response. It sometimes does. It depends on your metabolic state, and that's what he was
So,
presenting.
Kate, do you know why it won't?
Because your body is different than everyone else's.
Close. Okay.
What's that big word that you like to say?
Gluconeogenesis.
Yes, it's because of gluconeogenesis. If you are in a ketogenic or fasted state,
She likes to say that at the junior high.
All
because
of-
everybody thinks she's a nerd.
all of your glucose is being made by your liver. None of it is coming in from outside. So let's take it, for example, let's imagine
Sorry, said
that you eat a bunch of meat and your body releases a lot of insulin. What's going to happen to your blood sugar level? There's no sugar coming in from your food. It's going to crash. You're going to have a hypoglycemic event. And it turns out our bodies aren't stupid.
What?
Yeah. In the absence of exogenous glucose and high levels of glucagon, which necessitates gluconeogenesis,
Snuggle.
Ben Bickman explains a lot better. You're not going to have a insulin response to eating a lot of meat.
We should link that talk here.
Emily says 2 requests: hiking, please, 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 and dinner with awesome Chris and Miriam.
Done.
You can do it with the awesome Miriam. I don't know where the awesome Chris is going to be at though.
Let's go Thursday night dinner.
Oh, and Siobhan, sorry. I frequently mispronounce that. I am sorry.
No, you don't.
So
Just 'cause
she
you read
talked.
it.
She talked about at the Carnivore
Okay.
conference the importance of citizen scientists and people collecting their data. I feel I'm doing my part. Okay, and the reason for that is on a ketogenic diet, and I actually think this is really important too. And this is something that Amber stresses a lot, and a lot of people stress as well. When you look at the U.S. dietary recommendations, you look at all the nutritional advice,
Yes.
it's
I know.
through the lens of a standard American high-carb, low-fat diet. And the amount of nutrients that people doing a ketogenic diet are different. The levels of testosterone or thyroid hormones or different things that you would expect to see in someone on a ketogenic diet are unknown. There is no normal level. So it's difficult for people doing a ketogenic diet to get their blood tests and go, I think that's normal. That's normal for everybody else. Or someone on a ketogenic diet to say, I think I'm getting enough vitamin D3. Or, Sean Baker got up there and asked people, how many people are doing keto? How many people are doing carnivore? How many people here have ever gotten scurvy?
Yeah.
Which is the lack of
It's
vitamin
all
C.
about talking about scurvy.
Because one of the big criticisms of a carnivore diet is, well, you're not eating any fruits or vegetables. You're not eating any oranges.
Vitamin C.
You're not eating any capsaicin caps. You're not eating any bell peppers. I'm trying to remember what they call them in Australia. But so you're going to get scurvy.
What did they call them?
Capsicums or something like that.
Awesome.
So, yes, Emily, please.
Paul Mason said that.
Oh, okay.
I really liked his talk, actually. Paul Mason.
Yeah.
And he talked at Denver too, so I want to see it. We didn't get to see a ton of the Denver talks.
Yeah, Denver.
Because we were too busy in the hallway.
I watched Dave's talk, and Miriam
I
watched
watched Maria's.
Maria Emmerich's talk.
Maria, I love Maria.
Yeah, capsicum. There you go.
Thank you.
But some awesome homemade sausage. Also.
Yeah, did.
That sounds good. But anyway, the low carb Denver conference, as far as I can tell, was really great. As an attendee, we have a link and a secret password so we can watch the recorded stuff. I think I'm just going to have to dedicate an hour a day to watch a talk every day for like the next couple months.
You know what we should do? We should put a TV by the bathtub so we can watch a conference talk.
So we can take an hour-long bath every day.
Yep.
Okay, Deb's on her 31st book on low-carb keto.
Cool.
I did catch one thing. There was a doctor who was sharing her story.
I thought it was a guy.
No, this was a lady.
Oh.
Who was sharing her story about, because you don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, you're right.
Sharing her story about her review board or her hospital or something like that tried to strip her of her doctor's license and her credentials because she was advocating a low-carb ketogenic diet. And one of the things that really worked out in her favor, that turned the tide of the opinion of the review board, was the fact that she had gone to low-carb Breckenridge the year before and gotten her continuing education credits. And that was like a big deal, and so everyone was cheering.
Awesome. Yay! Jeff Gerber's the best!
Yeah, so anyway, we're planning, so with Low Carb Salt Lake, by the way, we're planning on recording it. The camera that I have right here was actually purchased for the express intent of recording that conference. Now, it's going to be kind of low production value. We're not going to, with Low Carb Denver, they had like 3 or 4 cameras, and they had like cameramen and like a mixing board. I'm going to have the microphone up there, and I'm going to be recording it, and this camera will be like fixed.
Thanks for
I
saying
have
hi,
one other
kiddo.
guy who wants to come and
Say hi.
video it. And so there might be some alternating cameras, but
No.
I'm going to have the stuff recorded.
Here's Ruth.
That'll be the gist of
Say
it.
hi to the
So,
camera.
and I'm planning on putting it up as soon as I can. That's one of the reasons why I bought my super ultra fast mega editing computer as well.
Also because he really wanted it.
Because I totally play games on it.
No, he actually doesn't play games ever. Your
I
hair's
don't
in your
have
face,
time.
honey. You never played games before, because you're awesome.
Oh.
Oh, Emily said hi to you.
Okay. Sign.
Now, Siobhan said that Low Carb Denver this time around was recorded by a diet doctor, which they recorded it last year too.
Yeah.
So I would not suggest trying to achieve their level of expertise because you will not succeed. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
well, we won't succeed at any
Not going
kind
to.
of video level. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Terry
Terry's
Lance!
on.
Hi!
Hey, Terry. By the way, Terry is running the IDM retreat in Hawaii.
So if anybody wants to go,
And I was looking
would
at
be
the
cool.
stuff. I run another site called lowcarbevents.com where I find every single low carb anything I can find, put it up there just to keep track of stuff.
is it full? Just
And-
eat some of it.
And
Kate wants some rebel ice
yeah,
cream.
she does.
Can I eat this?
She's eating rebel ice cream.
Aloha.
Anyway, so on the lowcarbevents.com, I put up anything I can find. And when I was at Low Carb Denver, there was a card on the IDM table for
The Hawaii.
the IDM retreat. And so I took a picture of it for the express purpose of putting it up on the site. And then Terry said, hey, we want to stuff about the retreat. And so she got me the information today.
Yay.
So it's up on there. It's near the end of April. It's a full week.
It's the same time as our conference.
It is the same time as our conference.
The
So
22nd through the 26th, I think.
it's yeah,
Maybe.
it's like the I think it's like the 22nd
Oh, butter
through the 29th.
pecan, Emily.
But it's really cool. So you have to pay for accommodations at the hotel.
What?
You
when
do.
you go somewhere, you have to pay?
I know, right?
Lame.
But Siobhan says she can't have it because it has eggs in it.
Oh, you can't eat eggs? I'm
What?
sad for you. Eggs make
I
my life
love
happy.
eggs.
Oh, there we go. April 22nd to 29th.
Oh, I was
So
only off
you do
by a
have to
few
pay
days.
for accommodations, but you also there's a
You
fee
get to
for
go
the,
to Hawaii.
You get to go. But in addition to the accommodations, there is a fee for the like retreat. It is $4,000.
Wow.
So
Can we not do our conference and go there instead?
I don't know,
Allergies to
maybe.
eggs.
But it's gonna be all about
Next
like
year.
super intense training on fasting.
That's so awesome.
Really cool
It's
stuff.
way cool.
Anyway, we like Terry. She's so nice.
She is.
And
She has geckos on her wall.
She has so many geckos on her walls. She moved to Hawaii and it was like
And she lives
one
in the
post after
jungle.
another. Yeah.
My kids like ask me every day, show me the picture of the lizard today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'll find one.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
thanks,
yes.
Shari. Thanks for joining us. My adorable friend.
Yeah, and like Siobhan said, it's the same as any other conference or retreat. If you go to Low Carb Denver, you need to pay for the ticket and for a hotel or Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah, it's true. And most of them aren't a week long, and most of them, well, only some of the food is provided because I think they're doing a coached 4-day fast.
That's cool.
As part of it. But they are going to have,
Well, they should have our fasting drops.
I think we're working on that.
Let's work on that.
Yes.
I like fasting.
Terry said she was going to be talking to Megan about
Sweet.
it. So,
Sweet.
but anyway, Low Carb Denver, off the rails. It was fantastic.
We'll tell you more when we actually watch the
Yeah, but
things.
What thing?
Maria's was about oxidative priority,
oh, okay, I've seen that one.
so I like that.
Yeah. But and interacting with the people at our booth
the
was
best.
also, it was super
It's
awesome.
so fun.
And by the way, I said this on my 70 days of Keto Chow thing today. If you're ever at a conference where we're exhibiting, come by like the last hour of the conference. We don't ever take down our booth until the conference is done.
Second.
We
want to see the last person leave.
Yeah, but if
We
you
want to
come
help you
by,
carry your boxes.
come by, bring an empty water bottle, because we'll fill it up with Keto Chow. Because we usually have a bunch of Keto Chow that we're sampling, we're pouring out for people, and we always make too much because it's better to have too much. And Emily, we will probably. I'm gonna definitely take up at least you on it. I don't know about Johnny. He's weird. But yeah, we'll fill up your water bottle with Keto Chow. It was actually really funny. We finally got Dr. Gerber to try Keto Chow. He'd never tried it before, and his daughter had some, and she ended up getting banana, which most people don't think they're gonna like until they try it. Mm-hmm. And she was drinking it. She's like, "Dad, you gotta taste this. You gotta taste this." And he's like,
I remember her saying that.
"Yeah."
Okay.
And so he finally tasted it. He's like,
Wow.
"Oh."
That's really good.
We're like, well, yeah. Anyway.
We kind of love it. So I think, at other conferences, I want to get permission to videotape people trying it for the first time, just so we can get some reactions.
Yeah, that's
It'd
true.
be way fun, huh?
Yep. Anyway, I think we're about done. It's 8:46 Mountain Time, Mountain Daylight Time, as we discussed.
It's time to go to bed. We're 15 minutes over. That's why our kids are home. Hi, kids.
Yep. Well, and they started a bit early tonight too.
Well.
So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We'll see you again next Tuesday.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Same bat channel.
Okay. Thanks everybody.
Oh, speaking of Keto Chow.
What?
It's not just a protein shake. It's a complete meal.
That's our motto.
Tagline.
What's a motto?
I don't know. What's the matter with you?
Okay, and the remote control isn't working, so I have to stand up to hit the button.
Okay, I'll watch you.
So, here we go. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. You hit the button.
I got some fillings.
You're so cute.
And my cheeks are kind of...
Look how big your face is.
You think that's big? Come on, focus.
Wow. You can see your pores.
Take a picture of this. You can use it for a retina scan.
Yeah,
Okay.
you probably could.